Hello and welcome to round 10 of Pro Tour Journey into Nyx here in Atlanta. We are on day 2. It's round 10, and we're going to watch Hall of Famer Kai, the Juggernaut Budde, playing against Brazil's Willy Edel. And both players are at 6-3. And the loser of this match is kind of going to go, all right, I'm not going to top 8 this weekend. The winner has some work cut out for them.
Yep. Kai's been playing well for all season, though. He's finished in the top 25 in each of the last 2 Pro Tours. I think there's only 3 players that can make that claim.
And we're underway.
Kai's deck is sweet, by the way. He's white-red. He only has a Magma Spray from Journey into Nyx, but I'm looking... Born of the Gods was nice to him. He must have opened Flame Wreath Phoenix and then been past Flame Wreath Phoenix because he has 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty good reason to move into red.
So we see a Grim Guardian come down from Willy Edel. He dings Kai for a point of life.
Yeah, both players are white. It's red-white versus black-white.
It's red something. Kai.
Fair.
There we see his hand.
Yeah,
he's got
he has a...
Laguna Band Elder. He's got more mountains in hand. He's got the Flame Wreath Phoenix. He's got Searing Blood, Johnny's Presence. He's got a very ironic Quarry Colossus at this point. Ordeal of Erebos comes down on the Grim Guardian, drains a point of life with Constellation, deals 2 damage thanks to the extra counter, and tribute time. What do you want to do?
Flame Wreath
What do you want to
Phoenix.
do on the Flame Wreath Phoenix? There you get a look at it. It's like you can have a 3/3, so it has haste. If it dies, it will return to Kai's hand.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Willie could have paid tribute, put 2 counters on it, would have been a 5/5, and then that would be it. But
yeah, the problem,
it would be a 5/5.
Yeah, the 5/5 also would be in a position to block.
Oh, hi. I also have a tribute card.
Ornithark.
What am I going to get? Same sort of question. Do I get a 5/5, or do I get a 3/3 and 2 1/1s? Ornithark, probably the best of the tribute cards.
Certainly the best non-rare. You think it's just the best straight up?
It might be. Is Kai still determining what's going to happen to this?
You can have a 3/3.
He says you can have a 3/3. So we get 2 bird tokens.
Right. He doesn't. If he creates a 5/5, he doesn't really have an answer for it. At least a 3/3, he can trade the Phoenix. His Phoenix will come back. Seems like the right play. Does Kai have a...
Still no planes.
Still no planes? That's awkward.
He's got a borderline Minotaur.
Yeah, he's going to get hit by the Ordeal now, too.
Fortunately, he has some cards he can discard to it.
The white ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quarry Colossus is double white. Maybe the Elder. Johnny's Presence feels like it could eventually do something. All right, meanwhile, on Willie's side, he's trying to figure out how many of these creatures he wants to attack with.
Wow. He's got a Underworld Coinsmith. He's got a Scholar of Athreos, and he's got a Sky Spear Cavalry, but he can practically finish Kai off from here with just his Constellation effects. Yeah.
Yeah, turn them all sideways. I like it. Counter, trigger, Kai discards 2 cards. Anyway, Willie can see the 5 mountains. I think he knows he's playing against a color-screwed opponent. You just want to you want to finish them off before they have time to draw out of it. Kai trying to decide what to discard. The white cards are clearly candidates. I think Fearsome Temper might be a candidate as well.
Yeah, now...
Laguna Band Elder and the Fearsome Temper.
Yeah, that Underworld Coinsmith is going to represent also a accelerated clock.
Sure.
for Kai, because that's, we can just tick down both players' life totals, and as long as Willie's at an advantage, he's going to be able to close the game out quickly. So it puts both the Phoenix and the Borderland Ranger in front of the Grim Guardian, and Willie kills the creature on the ground.
Kai takes 5. He kills the one that's actually going to die, too.
Yeah. Right, because the Phoenix is just going to come back. Takes a fistful of damage and falls to 7. And then there's a Scholar. So yeah, Searing Blood. He said, get that thing out of here.
Yeah, Coinsmith down. Scholar, though, is a problem.
Yeah. That represents basically right now a 4-point swing a turn.
Right, Willie can activate it twice per turn. So, I mean, more relevantly, I think it's a 4-turn clock. Kai has no chance of racing. He basically just needs to play defense, hope he can draw some planes.
And Willie says, yeah, I don't need to do anything here.
Willie's just going to sit behind his Scholar.
Nothing good can come of me attacking.
Yeah, and Kai can't really afford to attack either. The 5 power worth of flyers on Willie's side will just crack in.
Yep, drain. Willie goes to 17, Kai falls to 5.
Kai drew a mountain. Yeah, Willie does still have Sky Spear Cavalry in his hand, but he's not interested in tapping mana for anything other than the Scholar, I think.
Has a Springleaf
Drum. Okay,
Springleaf
Drum. Doesn't really count as tapping mana. You can just get that mana back by tapping any one of his creatures.
There's the Plains. What does that do for Kai's hand? What can he play?
Not really enough. And the next one will be good, because the Quarry Colossus can send the Scholar away. Well, it'll be okay. I mean, in Johnny's presence, it's sort of too late for the creature combat portion of this game. Just runs out, runs out the High Priest. What else are you going to do?
So it's going to be 19-3.
Yeah.
When Willie starts his turn.
Kai gets one more draw phase.
Does he even get one more draw phase? You just attack with all your flyers.
Oh, you get through for at least 2. Good point. Yeah, if Willie is...
he can also just be perfectly happy to just sit back.
Yeah, I mean, attacking feels a little unnecessarily risky. Right, if Kai has some kind of trick and you don't get through with your birds, you just threw your Ornitharch away for nothing.
He's also got Gnarled Scarhide. He could Gnarled Scarhide the Phoenix.
Oh, well, but then he can't. Then he doesn't have the mana for the
and then attack
for
5.
Okay, yeah, he's willing to send in the flyers. Yeah. And yeah, Kai sees it. I got nothing. Don't even get that last draw phase.
Okay. While these guys get ready for game 2, you get a look at the feature match area. See Rashad Miller wandering the tables. We'll get ready to go to another game after a word from these fine folks.
Ultra Pro is the place to go for all your Magic accessories. With card sleeves, deck boxes, playmats, and portfolios showing off the best Magic art, Ultra Pro is the standard in safe storage. Visit ultrapro.com for more information. Ignite your competitive spark by playing in a Grand Prix. These open tournaments feature the best players in your region as well as top Magic pros from around the world. Upcoming Grand Prix events include Atlanta, Manchester, Sao Paulo, Moscow, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and Milan. Visit wizards.com/Grand Prix for a complete schedule.
Welcome back. And I think we're going to take a look in at a matchup of 2 7-2 players here. Andres Prost and Paul Ritzel. And we check in and we see an Abhorrent Overlord doing his thing. Very undecidedly Ritzel colors here, black and green. Kind of as opposite as it gets for him.
I think everybody likes a Born Overlord.
Yeah.
Just the old, you hate to have to sip in the Born
Oh, wow.
Overlord.
And he's got Reaper of the Wilds. He's got Read the Bones. Is that Golden Hind at the bottom of his graveyard? These are just all good cards.
So Sip takes down
Oh, jeez,
the Abhorrent Overlord,
too casual.
but it still leaves a bunch of flyers in its wake.
Trigger him up, you know?
You see there's a...
Wait, what's the
Crohn's-
card? What's the card in his graveyard? Is that not Reaper of the Wilds? So I think I also see Reaper of the Wilds in his hand.
I'm not sure, maybe we can get a report from someone on the floor. It does look like it's Reaper of the Wilds, but...
Does he have 2? I must be just missing one of those gold cards.
Just got all the rares in the last pack.
No, Paul Ritzel has 2 Reaper of the Wilds.
Oh, good grief.
He just went, like, when he got to Theros, he just went rare, rare, rare.
Must be nice.
He's like, I should be black-green all the time. So he sends in most of his underlings
16.
and plays Reaper of the Wild.
The shrug from Proust there was
And
priceless.
Servant of Timurat, yeah.
Is this game 1?
Yeah, I have to assume this is game 1.
Proust made his all the rares comment before he even knew about the second Reaper. That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Erebos' Emissary off the
Yeah,
top.
this deck seems sweet from Ritzel.
Does.
Emissary, Disciple, Blood Toll Harpy, Read the Bones, Overlord. Yeah, I'm gonna call this game right now here for Ritzel, and we're gonna go back over and look at the Kai, our main table, Kai versus Willy Edel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's. I can't even look at this anymore. Just seems so wrong.
You missed the scoop by about 10 seconds.
Yeah. I could smell it coming. So it looks like Kai has planes for this game.
All right, let's see what he can do with those.
There you get a look at planes, in case you're unfamiliar with it.
Taps for white mana. Very
Yeah.
useful if you need to cast white spells.
And there's a Kragma Butcher for Kai to lead things off. And it's going to be facing down a Pillar of War from Willie. A card we're seeing a lot of today.
It's good. I mean, it blocks very well. It can attack very effectively. I like it. Both colors for Kai.
Eagle of the Watch.
Eagle of the Watch it's better than it looks. I feel like it looks, I don't know, it's only a 2/1. It's fully 3 mana, and yet somehow, flying vigilance, such a good target for bestow creatures. Gets the job done. He's a good soldier.
Heliod's Emissary for the Brazilian. But a cost-free attack for Kai. Get him for 2. There you get a look at Adel's hand. Grim Guardian, Scholar, Griffin Dreamfinder, Silent Sentinel. Priest of Iros, Elite Skirmisher, Elder, Borderland Minotaur, and Pinnacle of Rage for Kai. Kai deploys the Priest and the Elder.
Sir Kai looks at Pinnacle of Rage and just sees Jagged Lightning.
So, Heliod's Emissary attacks. It's going to get to tap a creature. Yep, I assume. Kai has the opportunity to 2 for 1 himself if he wants. Actually, he could just 1 for 1 if he was willing to put the Kragma Butcher and any other creature and assume Willie doesn't have any kind of trick.
Yeah, he's 1 mountain away from Pinnacle, though. I mean, that's the dream here, right?
Well, 1 mountain and any other land, right?
All right, fair enough. I'm still thinking of it as Jagged Lightning.
Huh? Step 1.
Yeah, clearly not as good as Jagged Lightning. Jagged Lightning would be a blowout here, which is just Pinnacle of Rage for 1 less from Urza Saga? Tempest? I think it's Saga. Definitely a late 90s card.
I had to compress those data files.
Just outsourced your memory of 90s Magic cards
Yeah.
to Gatherer.
I have them all on a portable device. There's Borderland Ranger. Borderland Minotaur. Okay. Freakish Cure on the Eagle.
I mean, Willie has the best creature in play with that Heliod's Emissary. But Kai's doing a reasonable job of sort of gumming up the board. And yeah, it looks like Willie can't really afford to attack anymore.
Rim Guardian comes down and dings Kai for a point.
Kai does the little shake of the card on the table in front of him. I think that's his equivalent of knocking the top of his deck for luck. I think it's a tiny bit of a tell. It's when Kai's hoping to top deck a specific thing. In this case, any land. I mean, it's possible he does it all the time, but I only notice it when I can see his hand and know that he has a specific desire. But
I mean, to be fair, every draw we've watched him play in this match, he's been hoping to draw a land.
Yes, exactly.
So he could play Skirmisher or Rambler here.
The play, right? I mean, it's not like he's got a bunch of tricks.
I mean, maybe he's thinking about it. We don't know if he saw Drown in Sorrow at their draft table or...
Does he win that game, though? I mean, it feels like this is the kind of game where it's just like, go wide, hope your opponent doesn't have like a Drown in Sorrow, draw the land for Jagged Lightning, and then he'll just be, hopefully for him, far enough ahead. Especially, he's now playing against a Scholar again, right?
Yeah.
He can't afford to just sit back forever.
A single black. So Viper's Kiss,
the Skirmisher.
Yeah. Which also drains Kai for 1 from the Grim Guardian Constellation trigger. Because it's an enchantment.
Yeah, Willie's got a decidedly Orzhov deck going on here. It's like drain for 1, chipping away.
Griffin Dreamfinder's back the Viper's Kiss.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, I gotta get a little value here. There's land, I think that was land number 6 for Kai. There's a lot of 4 on Willie's side of the board in terms of toughness. The Dreamfinder, the Scholar, the Guardian.
It's true. Yeah, Heliod's Emissary is no longer the important thing going on, is he? Does Kai maybe line up some sort of giant attack and hope the 1-force block so that he can finish them off with Pinnacle?
The problem is there's enough 1-4s that the Scholar doesn't have to get into that mix.
He can't just sit here, though. I mean, the Scholar will kill him.
Well,
in what, 7 turns?
Yeah, he did draw planes.
Right, he has the planes. There's also, I mean, the Dreamfinder can fly over for 1. He's got...
Nope, he's just going to Pinnacle.
All right.
So he says, I'm going to get rid of the Pillar of War.
Now
I'm going to get rid of Heliod's Emissary.
You're down to just all 1-4s.
He can send in with his Borderland Minotaur here. Yep.
Yeah, there's no profitable block for Willie. He can triple block to kill it, but then Kai gets to kill the Scholar, so that's not happening.
Right. Right.
Your turn.
Next turn, he maybe can start sending in the Kragma Butcher. And
I was
then
a
you-
little surprised he didn't send Kragma Butcher
Well,
there.
you could triple block that and just guaranteed kill it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And then Priest of Iris can take care of the Grim Guardian next turn. But
Jeez, Coinsmith.
yep, Coinsmith. Here comes Viper's Kiss. Probably going to get rid of that Priest, because since it could kill either your Grim Guardian or your Coinsmith here.
Right.
Kai is empty-handed.
Phoenix.
Points at the top of his deck, says Phoenix. Don't worry. Those of you not old enough to remember, it would not be surprising since Kai is, the head of the Phoenix Foundation. It's only
Nice.
fitting that he should get 2 Phoenixes in his deck. I would pass them to him too. He does kill a priest.
And drain for another one.
Yep. Right, drain for 1, true drain for 1, because he gains 1 off the Coinsmith and takes 1 off from the Grim Guardian. Oh, the Coinsmith's just going to get in the way of the... Oh, look at this. He just
Lining up a double block.
Yeah, he just puts them both in the way. Says, which one do you want to kill?
1, 2.
Yep, 1, 2. He orders his blockers so that the Coinsmith dies.
11 to 18.
Scholar keeps chipping away.
There's Silent Sentinel.
One attack.
Target enchantment card.
Silent Sentinel is large.
Yeah, Giant Flyer. When it attacks, you get to return an enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, I mean, that's part of the reason Willie was happy to put those creatures in the way. So, attack with everybody from Kai.
Yeah, it's desperation time.
Yeah, the Grim Guardian blocks the Seder Rambler. Double block the Laguna Ban Elder.
Oh, did he just draw Johnny's Presence?
He did just draw a giant. Or is that double strike?
No, I think it's the indestructible one. I think it's Presence.
I take 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both players are empty-handed.
Yeah, except,
One of them has Silent Sentinel.
yeah.
And-
One of them can return a Coinsmith this turn. Or a Viper's Kiss. Or,
Kai was able to kill the Scholar, though.
yeah.
Johnny's Presence is pretty good.
Gnarled Scarhide on the Sentinel. Attack for 6.
6 in the air and get Heliod's Emissary.
Oh my gosh, return Heliod's Emissary. Oh wow.
Oh, it comes to play?
Yeah.
Sounds fair. Well, then I take another one, right?
Yes, I got it.
Like
9.
you cast-
Oh, you go to 3.
Yeah, I'm on 3.
Kai reminds Willie that he gets dinged for 1 from the Grim
That's a
Guardian.
better choice. 3 hitter now.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
So, like,
Seems reasonable, says Kai, in a way that says that's
Not
completely
so reasonable.
unreasonable.
Exactly.
open one.
Guy's showing off his
Yeah,
deck.
you pass me one.
Yeah.
100-handed one was in there as well. And
And a
Godsire.
Godsire. Wow.
It's a good deck. Well, it's a good collection of rares anyway.
Yeah,
I think my deck is
certainly.
good. Like I said, super fast deck, but against
It's
your deck, like
really good against me.
Yeah, against you is very good. Like it has a lot of 1/4. I don't
There we go.
match any of your opponents.
Take a look at, you can see Todd Anderson versus Joel Larson on the back table. This, of course, is the Reed Duke versus Patrick Chapen. Here at the King of the Hill table, you see Reed Duke is green-black with a number of cards we watched go through both the hands of both of our drafters.
Right, right.
You know, Ferris Band Trompers going around. We saw that Painseer that Patrick was debating over for a while. There's a Disciple of Fenax.
Transformation.
Oh.
Yeah, with
Draw card.
these guys already played in round 4, I believe. Patrick said earlier in the round that he hopes this is the second of 3 matches between them.
Oh, nice.
He would love to get to play Reed in the top 8 because that means they'd both be in the top 8.
Yeah. Grizzly Transformation goes on the Ferris Band Trompers.
You can play twice in the Swiss of a Pro Tour as long as it's in different formats. Like, you can't play the same person twice in the same format, but once they go to draft pods, it's fair game.
Can only be blocked by green creatures. Yes. 23 to 9.
And also artifact creatures.
And artifact creatures.
Hey, there you go.
I'm going to play Reviving Melody. Return Nemesis of Mortals. Baleful Eidolon to my hand.
There you see Reed Duke making Reviving Melody look good. Like, I'll return a Nemesis Immortals and a Baleful Eidolon. I'll play this Death Touch guy. There you see Reviving Melody. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and or return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. That often in this format says return 2 creatures to your hand.
It's not supposed to be good. It sounds good. 3 mana, double raised dead. Pat's got his Grey Merchant, looks like.
He's got a Dunas River Trawler. See if can he get anything back with it?
Yeah, his graveyard's kind of off camera. He's got Reed down to 9.
Yeah, no, doesn't get anything back.
Grey Merchant hits for 4 here. Although Reed has a Farika's Chosen, he could potentially... No, never mind.
Yeah, the Farika's Chosen.
I was thinking it was Farika's Cure.
Yeah, the Farika's Chosen is actually in play.
You have 2 cards now?
I have 2 cards now.
So this is going to be Nemesis Immortals, I assume? Nope.
Yep.
Bestows the Baleful Eidolon?
Yeah.
So that Tromper is now Death Touch in addition to being unblockable? Wow. Reed also making Grizzly Transformation look good.
Yes.
Okay, Grizzly Transformation making that Tromper have Intimidate.
Yeah, it would also look pretty good on Nemesis Immortals, had it come to that.
Sure. I mean, Grizzly Transformation, usually it's a cantrip heroic trigger guy. It's not all about the Intimidate, but sometimes you just need Intimidate. This board would be super stalled if it wasn't for that.
You know, when you really look at the art for that card, it is pretty grisly.
Pat trying to figure out.
Magic art has taken a dark turn over the last couple of years that I really, for one, appreciate.
Yeah?
Here comes...
It's Grey Merchant time.
Yeah, here comes the Grey Merchant. We just need
Merchant, yeah.
we need the time walk here.
5,
You're at -5, you're 21.
And so really just, you know, is there anything Patrick can do to steal 5 points of damage in this game?
I don't remember anything watching him draft this deck. He only had the 1 Grey Merchant. I don't know that he has a way to recycle it.
Reed Duke's already up 1 game here.
Oh, yeah? Raid's up a game?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is...
Reed wants to be king of the hill.
Yeah, Reed would be 9-1 and king of the hill if he wins this game. And despite the life totals, I mean, it feels...
Safely Reed's?
Well, not safely Reed's. I guess, you know what? Herald of Torment is actually the card Patrick wants here.
That is exactly what he's hoping to draw. And that's why he did the Grey Merchant preemptively, right, so that if he does top deck Herald, he can just win in 1 hit.
Right. And we know that the Herald is not in his graveyard because he would have returned it with the Adunas River Trawler.
Well solved. That is precisely what Pat's playing for. And, I mean, Reed probably doesn't know exactly what it is that Pat has as outs.
Right.
He just wants to kill him as fast as he can. So, yeah, Nemesis is heading in. Nemesis is not unblockable, but...
Yeah.
Can be a 10-10.
But it is an Abyss.
You have 3 cards.
Yeah, Chapen pretty much obliged to block that with something. I don't think he wants to trade the team for it.
I mean, he's all the way at 21.
I mean, he could block with most of his creatures and kill it, assuming no trick other than the monstrous. Seems like you just let it eat something, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you just treat it, decide it's the Abyss. It's going to eat 1 creature a turn, and then you have a couple draw phases to find Herald of Torment. 7, and then 8, and then 9 is what Pat's going to die to.
Yeah.
Second main phase. Just cast this guy.
Yep.
Is that Baleful Eidolon or Spiteful Return?
I think it was, he would have played.
Baleful Eidolon.
he
Yeah,
would've
Spiteful
played-
Return would have been played on the
Yeah.
Chomper. I just, that's the art. I
The
can't
sto-
tell those two arts
yeah.
apart for some
the,
reason.
The Stonewise Fortifier can hold off the Nemesis Immortals by itself.
Oh, sure. Which doesn't really matter, though. It's the Tromper that's going to kill him.
Yeah.
Pat has this draw phase and 1 more. I didn't see what he drew. Was it a land?
Go.
It was a land.
End of turn monstrosity.
So, yep. We got a 10-10.
Yeah, no reason
Nemesis.
not to. No reason not to.
1, 2, 3. So 9 minus 3 should be 6. Counter.
Yep, so that's an 8.
Yeah, it looks to me like Pat has 1 draw phase.
One
And
draw
they've-
phase to find Herald of Torment.
We think that's his only out. You've got the deck list there?
I
already?
do, I do.
Yeah, Fairy's Bane Tromper is going to get through for 8 this turn, dropping Pat to 6. Reed's probably going to attack with Nemesis Immortals.
Guessing you didn't draw a
Although, the fact that the Fortifier can just bounce off of it. No, he's going to kill the Fortifier. Okay.
Yeah, there is a reprisal that Patrick can draw.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Reprisal would help. Yeah,
7.
Reed sees that the Fortifier can just block Nemesis all day, so Points of Farika's Cure at it. Now the 10-10 is going to eat another creature.
Swing with the guys.
Reed not interested in an Alpha Strike here.
Starting to get
And I
a
think
little
that's
grim.
correct.
Huh.
Sure, take 8.
6.
Gray Merchant takes 1 for the team.
Turn.
Okay.
What are you? It was a black card. Don't think it was Herald. Wasn't Reprisal.
Judge.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wondering, on the Oracle of this, is it an enchanting creature?
I do believe that this matches the Oracle text.
Patrick calls over a judge, asks if the Oracle text on Grey Merchant of Asphodel has been altered to make it a enchantment creature, so he can return it. He was obviously trying to put a little bit of a friendly jab into Reed to scare him there, but he doesn't have anything. He extends hand. Reed Duke is king of the hill. He wins the match. He's 9-1.
Wow.
I'm not even
To
sure.
live 1 more turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Reed's deck looked pretty good.
Yeah, Reed's deck looked great. I mean, we saw a lot of green going around at that table.
Yeah, we did.
There were a lot of green cards. That Nemesis Immortals went around fairly late. That Disciple of Nylea was going around the table.
Right?
And so, Reed did what Reed does. He read the table and, just picked up the good cards.
I mean,
and-
Josh also moved into green, which
Yeah.
seemed like the right play. He was supposed to be green in his seat, but there was still plenty of green going on. And it's like when Josh and Pat had decks that were kind of clunky, that's just good news for everybody else at the
Right.
table. Reed was on the other side of the table where the packs, I mean, on average, the packs were going to be better than the ones we saw Josh and Pat hold in their hands.
Yeah, it was. They were on the shallow end of the pool.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, without ever even seeing Reed's deck, he seemed like, coming out of the drafts we watched, a pretty good pick to win this pod.
So you said earlier, Patrick said he would hope to play Reed 3 times this weekend.
Right.
I
I think they've split their first two.
They have. They're 1-1. Can they both, stay there? And they're both X-1. So,
Oh, yeah.
So they both represent each other's loss in this tournament.
Exactly. Neither
Right.
player has lost to anybody else.
They are undefeated against non-Pantheon team members, and in great position really to make a run here. They
Tied for first?
Yeah, tied first. Love their decks. I think we're going to get a chance to hear from Reed and talk to him
awesome.
a little bit.
Yeah, and
if
there's
he
not
wants-
even that many X1s left in the field.
No.
I mean, there were only about a dozen players at X1 or better coming into the draft. So if like half of them lost, half of them lost. I mean, I think there's maybe half a dozen, maybe 4, 5, 6.
There's under 6. There were under 16 coming into the draft.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it sounds like we're ready to go down to the floor. Tim
Sweet.
Willoughby's got Reed Duke lined up, and let's hear what he has to say. Former Magic Online champion.
Hi, I'm Tim Willoughby down here on the floor with Reed Duke, who's just got a little bit of a revenge on Patrick Chapen after round 4 yesterday, and now the king of the hill.
Yeah, it feels good. Patrick is my only loss in the tournament so far, so I was happy to even the score and, stay as close to the top of the standings as possible.
Now, I got to watch a little bit of your draft. You're in green-black. I saw the last pack, and it looked like there was just an abundance of riches for you, as if sort of it was fairly clear in your part of the table. How would you say your draft went overall?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Black-green, it's funny that you mentioned the Theros pack, because black-green was by far my favorite color combination in triple Theros. Those two colors are just very deep and playable, so it's hard for anything to go wrong, and, it's quite likely for you to end up with a pretty strong deck. So, I didn't get any super insane bomb rares or whatever, so you never quite feel like you knocked it out of the park when that happens, but I feel like I was able to cobble together, a solid deck, good mana curve, couple removal spells, so, no complaints.
So the green-black deck, you were kind of playing for it. You knew that you wanted to be there come Theros. Is that right?
I knew that it was one of several things that I most liked to draft. I started out with a few black cards and then got Nyx Weaver, which is a really strong black-green gold uncommon, and just took it from there.
Fantastic. Just one more round to play in this draft before we're back to constructed, and we're going to head back to the booth now. I've been Tim Willoughby here with your new king of the hill, Reed Duke.
And what a crown the new king has.
Fair.
It has its own Twitter account,
Reed Duke's hair?
Yes.
I did not know that. That's awesome.
So yeah, King of the Hill's been really exciting. We've only had 3 in the entire tournament.
No, we've had 4.
Oh, we've had 4, right? Because you got Sean
McLaren.
McLaren. Sean McLaren came in. Andreas Mangucci through round 8.
Setting the
Chapen.
all-time mark for feature matches in a single day of a Pro Tour. With 8.
8. An unbreakable record.
Until the Pro Tour format gets changed. Seems unlikely that will ever be broken.
Yeah,
I agree.
Patrick Chapen, and now Reed Duke. So, okay, we've got one more round of draft to go. Let's send it back to the news desk, and we'll gear up for a new batch of deck lists and matchups coming our way.
All right, thanks very much to BDM and RB, Randy Buehler. They're calling the shots in the limited rounds. All right, we have so much stuff to get through. I'm going to start you off with an overall leaderboard that, remember, is being live updated, so some results will not yet be in. There's still about 15 minutes left in the round. So why don't we take a look at our master scoreboard here on day 2. Josh Utter-Leighton is at 9-1. Reed Duke, we now know, is 9-1, so he's going to join the top of the leaderboard there alongside Patrick Chapen. When that result goes in, they will both appear right up at the top. Yuya Watanabe is up to 8-1-1. That's because he defeated Andrew Beckstrom this round. He falls to 8-2. You see Vidianto Wijaya there amongst the 7 and 3s. Tons of names coming into that one. So why don't we take a look? There's one more look. You see those 2 extra 9-1s, and also, what a story this is. Andrea Mengucci is sitting there at 9-1. Now, I don't care whether he makes top 8 or not. Let me tell you, it is a tremendous achievement to come back in on day 2 after the day he had yesterday. He went 7-1, but he was king of the hill from the end of round 1 right the way through the day. He lost to Patrick Chapen at the end of the day, and quite honestly, a lot of very good judges thought he would be gone from the tournament, that he would have shot his bolt under the lights, round after round after round. King of the hill, defend the crown. Collapse, night sleep, come back, draft poorly, 0-2, gone. Completely the reverse. He's come in reinvigorated, away from the spotlight. He drafts and he obliterates his first 2 rounds. He's up to 9-1, the co-leader. What a story for Andrea Mengucci. Great job. Now, we've got lots to show you with all the pods that are really mattering, but the great news is that over at the video wall, we have a certain gentleman who's doing rather well. He's one of our 4 co-leaders. We've heard a lot from from Patrick Chapen this weekend, and Josh Utter-Leighton, Andrea Mengucci. The fourth co-leader of Pro Tour Journey into Nix is off to my left, about to talk about his draft in detail. Let's get to it. Here comes Reed Duke.